right, so what's the telephone number? I'm waiting for SC to pick up. What's the telephone number you're calling?
You can barely see.
You can barely see.
441-2623.
441-2623. And you're on 105th floor on the northwest corner, right?
Right.
At number 2 World Trade Center.
Right. Lady, there's 3 of us in this office. We're not ready to die, but it's getting bad.
I understand, sir. We can go try to get all the apparatus there. I'm trying to let them know where you are. Just hold on.
Oh, please, hurry. Fire department 408.
This is 15.
Let me talk to the caller, PD.
1597.
Let me talk to the caller. Where is he?
He's on the line.
Let me talk to him. Where's the fire, sir? There's smoke. Right there. 105, 2 power. All right, sit tight. We'll get to you as soon as we can. There's some staying up. The smoke's really bad, man. It's barely leave. That's all we can do. Where are you? What floor are you guys up to? We're getting there. Doesn't feel like it, man. I got young kids. I understand that, sir. We're on the way.
He's on the 105th floor in the northwest corner.
Yeah, no problem. Little operator? Yeah. Come on, man.
Okay, we have everything, sir.
I know you do, but it doesn't seem like it. You got lots of people up here.
I understand.
I know you got a lot in the building, but we're up on the top. Smoke rises. It's really big. We're on the floor. We're in a window. And then I have to barely breathe now. Can't see.
Okay. Just try to hang it there. I'm going to stay with you.
It's easy for you to say you're in an air-conditioned building. What the hell happened?
Okay, I'm still here. He's just trying to fire department is trying to get to you.
Doesn't feel like it.
Okay, try to calm down so you can conserve your oxygen, okay? Try to...
Thank God to blow you in from the left. It's really bad. It's black. It's iron. Does anybody else want to try in here? We're young men. We're not ready to die.
I understand.
How the hell are you going to get my ass down? I need oxygen.
They're getting to you. They have a lot of apparatus on the
It doesn't feel like it, lady. You get them in from all over. They get in from Jersey. I don't give a shit how high I...
Okay, so what's your last name?
Mine's Cosgrove. I must have called about a dozen times already. Cosgrove. Yeah, my wife thinks I'm all right. I called her and said I was leaving the building. I was fine, and bang.
Well, I want you to...
Hold on. Yeah. Cherry. Dead Cherry. Is that right? Yeah. Dead Cherry is next to me. 105. Whose office? John Astro's office.
That's what you said. That's the office.
We're in John Astro's office. OST. A-R-U. A-R-U. Right, that's the office we're in. There's 3 of us in here.
O-S-T-A-R-U.
A-R-U.
Hello?
Hello. We're looking at the financial center. 2, 3 of us, 2 broken windows. Oh, God!
People often argue over Android versus iPhones, but the real debate should be middle-aged Gen X morning shows versus Hoppe Hour. Guess who wins? We will let you decide. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Now for something completely different. Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and that's it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe, Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at? Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. We the hottest, search about us. Competition microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you for the next hour to hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. You can always contact me, 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me, at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, I began the show you're listening to, known as Hoppe Hour. I began it with the call from Kevin Cosgrove, who is one of the victims of 9/11. And I want to talk about it right out of the gate, right here on Hoppe Hour. It's the fact that we have totally forgotten about 9/11. When it first happened, everybody was saying, never forget, never forget, never forget. And now I know there are 23-year-old adults who were literally infants when it happened. So there's kind of a disconnect. My aunt described it best. She said to me that it's become the new Pearl Harbor or JFK shooting for people that weren't alive. But it's crazy how quickly the 23 years flew by, and there's absolutely no more coverage about it. I feel like when it went past the 20-year mark, everything changed. And now let me describe to you what I mean. Us millennials, now I know Gen X and baby boomers were in the workplace, but for me, I was in second grade and I was on the playground, and we used to have recess that was strictly 10 minutes long. They had a little stopwatch, and it was no longer or no less. It was 10 minutes. It was around 9:30 a.m. in the morning or something. I forget. Or maybe they put us out in recess because they saw what was happening, because recess was usually around 10:30 a.m. Anyway, I'm talking about something from 2 decades ago, so it's hard to remember. But I remember the recess was going on forever and ever. And our teacher was running inside and outside, and we're on the playground, we're on the swing set, like, what's going on? So we quickly get back to the classroom, and they're telling us, I forget what they said, but none of it made any sense. Like, they were protecting us. And then my mom, who I think had the day off of work because she was a stay-at-home mom while doing nursing like 3 or 4 times a week, she picked me up. She was one of the first parents to pick me up. And at that time, I didn't have TV because my mom got caught stealing cable in the year 2000. So I didn't have like even broadcast TV or bunny ears. I had DVDs and VHSs. So I didn't know what 9/11 looked like until YouTube came out in 2005, and I was watching 9/11 coverage from the library and crying, and my friend's like, why are you crying? I'm like, because 9/11's sad. But I have 2 cousins, one that is 20 and one that is 17, so they're born in 04 and 07. And they are the perfect example of not being taught properly about 9/11. Because I would hear from them that the teachers didn't want to trigger the kids, and I hear that the teachers a lot of times don't know about it or don't know how to teach it to the kids. And I find that utterly ridiculous. So we're not even a quarter century in from 9/11, and none of the kids know about what happened. For example, before I deleted my TikTok account, I noticed that everybody thinks it happened at night. There was a TikTok skit, I'll never forget it for as long as I'm alive, because it was so factually wrong and it annoyed me. It was where these, and it may have been one of those TikToks where they have like the same actor playing 3 characters, but pretty much there was somebody in the living room at night who was like, oh my God, look what's on TV. And then the kids run in and scream. Because the people that were making these videos on TikTok, they thought it happened at night. They had no idea that people were either at work, people were retired, or in school. And now to me, that TikTok trend from about a year or 2 ago represented how badly we prepared the next generation and beyond to know about one of the worst things to ever happen to this country. It infuriates me. All right, here's the news coverage about it on Hoppe Hour.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
This is an ABC News special report. September 11th, America remembers.
Good morning for those of you just joining us. We're taking a moment now to mark the 23rd anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks. There you see the sites where the terrorists struck 23 years ago.
I have not been to any of the places where 9/11 happened, but I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have family members that have gone, and they said it's weird.
The former site of the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan. Families are gathering to read the names of the nearly 3,000 people who died. President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, former President Trump, and his running mate J.D. Vance are all there to pay their respects as well. Gatherings also at the Pentagon and in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. A wreath-laying ceremony is going to take place at the Pentagon later this morning, followed by remarks by Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin.
I heard like Joe Biden left it early. I was like, come on, man. You literally are on vacation. You haven't been around as president the last 2 months. The hell's wrong with you, dementia patient 101?
Bells of remembrance at Shanksville, and now the moment of silence.
Right, quick, march.
In a moment, the names of the victims will be read in Lower Manhattan. Then another moment of silence.
So, I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are a Gen Z listener and you weren't around for 9/11 or you were an infant, even a millennial that maybe was only 7 or 8 like me, I listened to that Kevin Cosgrove clip that I began to show with every 9/11, and I watched the CNN broadcast, and I listened to either Mancow's Morning Madhouse or the Howard Stern Show or Opie and Anthony or Don and Mike or Ron and Fez, the radio shows that were covering it on that day. It's just sad, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that we have essentially forgotten about it. No, I know that it's pretty much a quarter century ago and life does go on, but if you would have told everybody on September 12th, 2001, that in 23 years we would have just completely moved on, we would not have believed you.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Oh yeah, here's Sul de Jour. Wait, here we go again. This following segment has been brought to you by the best kava and kratom around. If you go to mitra-9.com, mitra-9.com, and at checkout, you use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe, you can save 20% on the best kava and kratom in the game.
Here we go again.
This is also being brought to you by DZBZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com. When I tell you that is the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. Here's how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, if you go to dzbzhoney.com and at checkout, you use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe, you can save 20% on the best honey sticks, lick the lollipops, or a jar of honey. So there are always plenty of ways for you to get high. And I will always provide that for you guys because I care about you, kind of.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
And now for something completely different.
Ryan's tall like the sky, 6'9" he's fly. From Chicago to the Bay, in St. Pete he'll stay. Talk of love and fame, dating life's his game. News on stars he spills, with laughter fills. Hoppe Hour, all you need. Rich and Ely, take a seat. Ryan's got the groove. Hoppe Hour makes you move. A cat by his side, in Florida they reside. Stories wild and free. Tune in, you'll agree. Laugh with every tale. Ryan never fails. Celebrity world exposed. Hoppe Hour in your soul.
Yeah, bitch.
Hoppe Hour, all you need.
856-49 Hoppe. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me at ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. All right, enough of that music. All right. So I've been debating back and forth, like a bowling ball going down an alley against the bumpers, back and forth. Do I want to address the rude comments your boy Ryan Hoppe gets on social media? Because when you think about it, you're just giving the haters credit. You're just giving the haters the time of day. But one could look at it as Ryan Hoppe is being genuine. Most radio shows, when they get comments, they only read the over-the-top comments about how great they are, but how their interview was so amazing, or how what they said about their co-host is true. I'm looking at you, Howard Stern, Rover's Morning Glory, all the radio shows out there. Everybody reads through it. But me, I want to be more genuine. I'm not saying those fellow broadcasters are not genuine, but I'm saying they have plenty of haters. And yeah, one could say they ignore it, but it might be one of the reasons why they're, I don't want to say not liked by everybody, because not everyone's going to like you, but there's a little bit of charm. There's a little bit of humor when you address the mean comments. So, I did a rant about 2 months ago when Serena Williams was acting like a bitch. Yeah, I said the word bitch. She was acting like one. She wanted to get into this fancy restaurant in France, and they were already booked up, and she was just assuming, because she's Serena Williams, that she'll get whatever she wants. Even though at the end of the day, she's just another morbid human being, and honestly, a little bit past her prime. I did a rant, and I made it into a video on the website known as YouTube. I posted it on social media, and this was about 6-7 weeks ago, and it was during the Olympics, and somebody comments, P. the Smith, bruh, you have a whole list of issues plaguing you right now, but go on and do your little dick energy thing. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got the biggest penis ever. I'm just kidding. But seriously, the thing is this. I've used the word big dick energy a lot. I'm going to be honest here. And I'm not bragging and saying, oh, I got BDE or whatever. But it's this thing where I was just calling her out for being obnoxious. To me, little d energy is when you pick on somebody that either doesn't deserve it or is doing something that you don't like and you want to feel better about yourself. Kind of like this comment. So, I interviewed Chad Zumock, who not everybody likes. Not everybody wakes up in the morning and goes, oh my God, I am a fan of Chad Zumock. I like Chad. Yeah, we've had our rough patches. He's a comedian who did a radio show in Cleveland and worked at the same radio station that I worked at. And he's gotten into wars with radio hosts in Cleveland and comedians online. And on my social media, I've been commenting on a lot of the comedians in this thing called the Dabbleverse that he's been arguing with. And it's been getting me clicks. But of course, whenever you're going to throw stones at other hacks that are doing podcasts, the stones at some point are going to get thrown at you. And I was prepared for that. So I got this comment. So I'll be honest here. I don't get an insane amount of views on YouTube. One video has 10,000 views. My interview with Phil Hendry. Me going off on Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla Nicole, for riding his clout. Has about 5,000 views and about 50 comments. A lot of triggered, let's say, Swifties. But I pretty much post on YouTube just for the exposure. Like, I'm not getting rich off of it, but I get good views. And then I'm able to convert people that are looking up a certain celebrity news headline, and I'm able to convert them to listen to the podcast. So it does well. Gets about 10,000 listens a month. Again, not Joe Rogan numbers, but I'm very proud of it. And I'm at an all-time high and growing. But this is the problem of when you address the haters, because I've noticed this with radio shows I've worked with. Whenever they've taken calls of a hater, they start going, well, I have a hot wife, and I got beautiful kids, and I got a mansion, and I got a lot of listeners. I don't want to go down that route. It says here, 22 views. What a great success you've become. How does Chad's nuts taste? Kisses. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's from a guy. Let me see what his profile is. I'll give you a free plug on the widely listened to Hoppe Hour. He's some guy named Levitime, and he's got a picture with his hottest girlfriend, so you know that she's probably cheating on him. So he wants to mark his territory. I bet this guy's Facebook, he has it where he's in the relationship with the girl, but on her profile it says no relationships to be found. Well, he also wrote a comment on another one of my videos. And in my interview with Chad Zumock, I did address that I find the popular podcast, Who Are These Podcasts, with this guy named Carl, who is an Opie and Anthony listener. And all they do is play other podcasts and make fun of people, but they never really do any original content involving themselves because they're like IT nerds that live in Rochester. And I despise them. I'm not jealous because I would never want that audience, because whenever you have an audience where you're making fun of other people, at some point, it's like a boomerang. It goes right back at you. So he heard my chat interview. And I called out Carl for being a scumbag. And he goes, ooh, looks like someone's jelly over Carl's success. Little boy mad he didn't pay his dues? First of all, bruh, I'm 6'9". And second of all, I'm never jealous of anybody. Because a lot of times, if you have jealousy in your heart, I'm not saying you're not going to make it anywhere in life. But I've met most of my heroes, and they're all unhappy schmucks. Opie Hughes from the Opie and Anthony Show told me, I'll do your podcast whenever. Doesn't respond to my DMs. I work with Rover. He's a tool. I work with Mike Calta. He's a backstabber and a two-faced person. But I wish him the best. You work with the big names, and they are not friendly. Do you ever hear any former co-host of the Howard Stern Show ever talking good about him? You never want to meet your heroes. And a lot of these listeners, because they were bullies growing up, they feel an allegiance to be around other podcasts that bully people. But they don't realize that, A, they're not impressing the radio show that they're a fan of, because the radio show that they're a fan of looks down on you. Whenever I would be around Calta or whatever, and he'd be getting comments, he's like, oh, hey, you're not impressing them. If you're a Swiftie fan, you're not impressing her. She's not going, wow, Maria 123 defended me against Ryan Hoppe speaking his mind about the fact that Travis Kelce probably cheats on Taylor Swift. Whoa. Just saying, folks. It's insane out there. It's hard out here for a pimp. Or something like that. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. And then I got a popular comment. I have a fan. So I'm on podcast radio, Savannah, Charlotte, Fort Myers, Tampa, Missouri, and Detroit and London. And my show airs throughout the day. And some guy here in the area I live in writes, dude, I'm driving this afternoon and checked to see if I could get a signal on 103.1 podcast radio. Hells yeah. And there you were. They were playing a snippet of Hoppe Hour where you were playing snippets of Jerry Seinfeld. So they were playing snippets of you playing snippets if you're keeping score at home. Anyway, at the segue, she even shouted, and now it's the Hoppe Hour podcast. Getting it done. And that comment right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, perfectly describes the way people view me. You have the lovers, you have the haters, but at the end of the day, you're listening. It's like in the movie Private Parts with Howard Stern, when they talk about the fact that more people that hate him listen longer than the lovers. I just want to say to everybody out there, thank you.
Happy hot topic.
Alrighty. I saw this here, and this was not surprising at all.
Danny D. Kane's Dawn Richard is suing Sean Diddy Combs for alleged assault.
I loved Danny Kane in the 2000s. There was Danny Kane, there was Pussycat Dolls, Mariah Carey, Shakira. They all made me realize, and Hillary Duff, that I loved women. I used to rent their CD and just stare at them.
Danny D. Kane's Dawn Richard is suing Sean Diddy Combs for alleged assault. In the lawsuit obtained by E! News, Dawn claims the hip-hop artist and music executive sexually abused her.
Yeah.
The former participant on Diddy's 2004 MTV show Making the Band also claims the mogul once broke into her dressing room and began groping her breasts and butt.
I would love to hear just a positive story about Diddy. I'm sure if you ask, yo, LeBron doing the Instagram Live from 4 years ago during quarantine where he was trying to force Bronny to say hi to Diddy, but Bronny was playing a video game at age 14, and frankly is probably better that he doesn't have a relationship with Diddy. Besides LeBron, who all of a sudden doesn't want to be associated with Diddy. All you hear is bad stories.
Per the lawsuit, in another incident, Dawn alleges Diddy demanded she come to his Miami home, where he greeted her while only wearing his underwear.
Hell yeah. Sounds like, what was that guy? Charlie Rose from PBS? He's hip-hop's Charlie Rose. He's hip-hop's Louis C.K.
Along with the alleged sexually inappropriate behavior, Dawn accuses Diddy of more abuse towards her, forcing her to rehearse 48 hours at a time without sleep. She also claims in the lawsuit that Diddy once allegedly locked her inside a car for 2 hours as she...
Yeah, first of all, let me go back to this sleeping thing. I have been up 36 hours in a row, and because of my bipolar, I start to go loopy. So I can't imagine being up 48 hours and having to be around that psychopath known as Diddy.
Without sleep. She also claims in the lawsuit that Diddy once allegedly locked her inside a car for 2 hours as she screamed for help.
Yeah, that's not good. Was it a Tesla?
Dawn also says she witnessed Diddy's alleged abuse towards other women, particularly against his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, claiming in the lawsuit she saw him high on drugs, slamming Cassie against a wall and dragging her up a flight of stairs.
Yeah, this sociopath, the problem is everybody is speaking out, oh, Diddy did this, Diddy did that, da-da-da. But there's been no charges. Yeah, they did the raid about 6 months ago. But what happened? It makes you wonder about the rich and elite. It makes you wonder about the law enforcement and the people in the court system and all of the prosecutors and the FBI and everybody looking into it. If they maybe are afraid to completely go after Diddy because maybe he has evidence on them. Like that hotel video of him beating the crap out of Cassie. How did CNN get it 8 years later? He definitely paid off that hotel.
In his Los Angeles home.
Yeah.
According to the legal filing, when Dawn came forward to support Cassie after she made the decision to leave Diddy, he allegedly lashed out and threatened her, saying in part, quote, "I end people. I shelve careers. You could be missing. You want to die today." At least 6 women have accused Diddy of sexual assault.
This is why I don't really believe in God, and even at some points believe in karma. Because I think the karma train's ready to pick him up. Where are you at, karma? We're waiting.
In a March 26th statement to E! News, Diddy's attorney Aaron Dyer said, quote, "There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations."
Alrighty. So you're just another scumbag lawyer. Mm-hmm. Of course you're going to defend your boy. Speaking of scumbag lawyers, Justin Timberlake, big win in DWI case, cuts deal for much lesser offense. If this was any other scumbag out there that drove drunk, that wouldn't happen. They would probably get probation. But, oh, you're Justin Timberlake. You're such a good singer. You should get away with whatever you want. Justin Timberlake just sealed a plea deal in his DWI case, hammering out an agreement that does not involve drunk driving or even a criminal offense. He's copped to a traffic violation. This is the problem specifically with America. You have Diddy getting away with rape and whatever the hell he's done, and then you have Timberlake, just because they have money and they have access to the best lawyers around, they get whatever. And you wonder why this country's running around, going crazy. The singer's lawyer, Edward Burke Jr., which sounds like a lawyer. That's just a lawyer name. And prosecutors just got the judge in the DWI case to sign off on the deal. The DWI charge is officially dropped, and Justin will cop to driving while ability impaired. Although the word impair is used, it is not a drunk driving offense. As for the penalty, we're told Justin will pay a $300 to $500 fine. Whoa! That's like me buying a snack for a homeless person at a gas station. $300 to $500 is nothing to him. So he essentially got away with it, and is going to be even cockier. The asswipe was making jokes about it at his concert a week after it happened. Don't ever come at me and go, we have a drunk driving problem. I'm sure the guy that killed those 2 hockey players last week will probably get probation. Do you see the problem here? We have a major problem here in America. We bow down to our celebrities. That's why I am here to call them out for the scumbags they are. Every other morning radio show and news site, doesn't want to lose the inside scoop on the celebrities, so they kiss their ass. Me, I don't care. I barely film this show. I'm behind a microphone. I market myself through my voice, and my voice is calling out the celebrities because nobody else wants to. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. I love the sports media. I worked in sports radio, and it wasn't the best fit. I just had to get away from Mike Calta's lying ass. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, that if you have to talk about sports 24/7, they start to lose their mind, especially during the summer or a day where there's nothing going on. It's not like the radio show with the sports junkies in Washington, D.C., where they might mix a little bit of celebrity news and entertainment, or Covino and Rich. These specifically all sports shows, it is a struggle when there is nothing going on. And a lot of times, these blowhards say things to fill time because they don't know what else to do. And here is Colin Cowherd saying that Matthew Stafford is better than Patrick Mahomes.
Nobody throws a prettier football, including Mahomes, than Matt Stafford.
Yeah, and then he throws interceptions.
And for all you young quarterbacks, this is what it looks like. All you young quarterbacks, you're missing your tackles. Your best or second best receivers out. You're on the road. You're down 14. Do you understand that you could put some of the most talented players in the world in that spot as a quarterback, and they would be engulfed by it?
But the fact that he said that Patrick Mahomes is better than Matthew Stafford doesn't sit well with me. This is the guy who literally has a segment on his show, and I know I'm giving Colin Cowherd a free billboard. The guy that has a segment that's called What Colin Got Wrong. Oh, Colin Kaepernick. No, Colin Cowherd. What are we going to do with you? Also here, McDonald's. This is interesting. They're going to continue their $5 deal. Whoa! They should be applauded from going from having food being $1 12 years ago to barely giving us a deal. And if you notice, every drive-thru for McDonald's is always empty. Whoa! We're going to bow down to you for being so generous, even though the CEO makes $40 million a year. Kiss my ass. Most McDonald's restaurants nationwide have extended their $5 value meal into December in the bid to gain more lower-income customers. The meal consists of a McDouble or a McChicken, small fries, 4-piece chicken McNuggets, and a small drink. Man, 10 years ago, you could have got 4 sandwiches, a small fry, and a drink for $6.50. And it's not even good food. I've said this over and over again on my show. Can you tell I'm a little hyper from the energy drink I had? I had a Starbucks double shot espresso. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's how it goes. Ever since inflation happened and fast food prices have gone up, I barely get fast food. Because to fill me up, because I'm a big boy, I'm all 6'9". I'm really 6'8", but I round up to 6'9" because it's a better number. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, here's the thing. The thing is, it takes about $20 to fill me up at McDonald's. And at that point, I can just go to Publix, get a rotisserie chicken, get pre-made mashed potatoes or mac and cheese for $15. Voila. Oh, but we're giving you a deal with 4 McNuggets, a burger, and chicken, and our food's essentially made of clay. But you should be so honored that we're giving you a deal, even though the first 50 years of our existence, it was nothing but a deal. But because of inflation, we thought that everybody would keep going to us. Get the hell out of here. Who do you think you are? I am. Remember that that bowling guy from 12 years ago? Who do you think you are? I am. Now, moving on. On my last show, I talked a little bit about Dave Grohl knocking up that woman outside of his marriage, and that everybody who is surprised that Dave Grohl was having infidelity outside of his marriage shouldn't be surprised, because all rock stars cheat. Morning radio guys cheat, and that's the lowest form of celebrity. I've seen it. And it's like the word eyes wide shut, that saying, you're like, I don't see you cheating on your wife. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, Dave Grohl messed up. That image of, oh, I cook meat and I care about my family and I'm a rock star. I'm an everyday guy, even though I'm worth $100 million and having sex with groupies like every other rock star, so I'm no different. Here's the thing, though. If you listen to this video of Dave Grohl at Wimbledon, this is about 2 weeks ago, he's not his usual bro self. He's not his usual, oh, I'm a good guy, I'm hanging out, doing my thing. He sounds a little stressed. Right here on Hoppe Hour. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Here is Dave Grohl as he sounds really feisty as I loaded the video.
Prediction for Wimbledon winner, please.
What?
Who do you think's going to win Wimbledon?
What?
Who's going to win? How about the men's?
No clue.
The women's?
Couldn't say.
Wow. That riveting personality.
Dave, can I quickly just get your prediction for Wimbledon winner, please?
What?
Who do you think's going to win Wimbledon?
That must be what he says to shut down arguments with his wife when he's caught cheating.
What?
Who's going to...
Why is he knocking up groupies, by the way? I'm not saying the pull-out method always works. But to get a girl pregnant, you really got to complete the task. Gentlemen out there, I have some advice for you. I've gone through 2 pregnancy scares, even though I always pull out and paint the Picasso. But here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, if a girl tells you, oh, I'm on the period, or, oh, I'm on a pill, or I'm on my period. Even if you trust the girl with all your heart, even if you think the girl's telling the truth, that she's on an implant, or that she's on a pill, or that she's on her period and can't get pregnant, just assume at all times that they are fertile. Because there is nothing more reckless than when you complete the task of making a kid, because you're putting all the power into her, which is why I got my vasectomy. I'm not giving somebody power. Ridiculous. I'm Dave Grohl. I'm not going to pull out. I'm going to knock up a girl. And then he's trying to say, oh, it's not true. It didn't happen. I saw this report from the Daily Mail. He probably regrets making that post. But there was a picture of him and his wife walking down the street, and she wasn't wearing her wedding ring. And they kind of had Melania and Donald Trump vibe. It wasn't a really good vibe. You didn't look at the video and go, that's true love. They love each other. Because when I think of an absolutely romantic guy, I think of a rock star who has infidelity. He's just scuzzy looking. He's a hero for everybody who's from a suburb like Pinellas Park or Mentor, Ohio, or Greece, New York. I'm thinking of cities that I'm heard in, being Rochester, Cleveland, whatever. He's got the scumbag vibes. He's the voice of scumbags. A lot of the diehard fans that are defending him or that thought that he was such a romantic, great guy probably drive Hummers, probably drink Monster Energy. They think that they need Magnum condoms. Yeah. And then his poor daughters had to delete their social media because they were getting made fun of. And his daughters are like teenagers. So can you imagine the one way that you can kind of grow a brand, or the one way that you can connect with friends? Because your scumbag dad knocked up another woman, you can't have social media? Especially for Gen Z. That's like the end of the world. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the U.S. or if you live in the U.K. As long as you're listening to my show, that's all that matters. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Toss dice in the Nick trap, serve thick crack in white tees and fitted caps. These sick raps, this my life, you just spit raps. I've been a hustler all my life, give me 6 stacks. Caught myself a quarter kite, I can flip that. Cook it till it's solid white, tell them hit that. Big fat O's of that solid hard, hit that. Dough slanging blow on the boulevard. Nick Sacks just as big around as a Tylenol. Hit that nigga with the yay, tell him now bring a brick back. Now I'ma move it 5 days, nigga 6 max. And ain't no running out with yay, shooting big straps. 40 K's, SK's. No kickback, get your shit sex right where your dick's at. And I don't think it clicks, you're just supposed to forget that. I got a gauge for the day you want some get back. While we spraying, all you niggas saying get back, up, down, nigga, nah, what now, nigga? You was talking plenty shit, but you ain't talk now, nigga. Hey, you don't know the click, I got enough wide, nigga. That'll hit you then, drive you to another town, dig a bigger hole, throw you in it for a half a brick of blow. Man, rapping and movies is all you niggas know. He niggas true fans, certified douchebag.
Yeah, what? You don't know what that new Glock do. You don't know how to count Chuck 2 times 2. You don't know what the grind is like, or that new rock do. You don't know what it is to see that shoebox full. Chuck, you don't know what that ooh-ah do. Have your block like ooh-ah-ooh. Who shot who? Yeah, I leave the gun there so police think you shot you. Then hop in the coupe and do my do. I pimp most of these bitches, really open these bitches. Ask about me, you thought Pretty Tony was vicious. Man, I'm that times 2. So please, homie, cuff your bitch and let that guy through. Let that guy move, let that guy go. Man, that guy crazy, let that guy know. Cat got rabies, yeah, Mac got 80. Shots that's ready to pop and hatch like babies. I lock the block down like a jailhouse lockdown. Cops found razors in the mattress. I let the 8 boot off at your face, dude. Have you coming out the speakers like the bass do. I'm a motherfucking beast, the animal. The 2003 streets knew Hannibal. Man, I show you what the piece and hammer do. Raise my arm with the piece and hammer you. Let the eight spread off at your face head. Watch your face shed, sorta like snake shed. I'm gorilla born, lion hearted, ape bred, zoo minded, eagle eyed, beetle size, snake head. And I play dead just to fool you, just to move you. All that just to shoot you. Fall back, this shit is cool.
Bling my rims, I do 9M's. They the yin yang twins, cause they skeet, skeet, skeet. From the window to the wall, from the ceiling to the floor. With a feeling when you ball, make your mom cling. I'm in the Don things, Don, Donna Karen, Don Cornelius, Don King. But follow John Gotti, Joe Pesci, armed robbery, hard body, body hard, doggy fuck up your bodyguard. Dolly call us the shoddy mob, y'all to call up the squally squad. Potty hard, get it on with squally in the party pop. Right in the Hammerstein, gasoline, tear gas, pepper seed, tear fat, nightsticks, tear ass. Cut from the chief goes, damn gun that he reach for. Hammer hit with the cheap blow, man, it's nothing, I eat those. Then I piss off my foul, I lay for. Car, crib, credit, A1, steak sauce. I'm a straight boss, great law, great Porsche, golf course, racehorse, aqueduct, race off. And I make one call to get the pussy pop. Call your girl, pop that pussy, want a pussy pop.
Classy.
She split it, do
pop that.
He hit it, her booby wanna back the play Salucci with it. Booby at this thing, Danny all moody with it. She ain't all that if a car, I say Suzuki Civic.
Makes sense.
Just to get my point across. Dog handcuffing, goddamn, join the force.
True.
Mommy, come join the boss. Stick your tongue out and toing on my dick till your voice get hoarse. Once
wow,
gotta tell you,
that's dirty.
Boy's a boss. I employ the force, $500,000 on lawyer course.
Yeah. That is Crown Me Royalty with Cameron featuring T.I. and Jules Santana. Why am I playing it? Because I like playing rap music and it's unlicensed, unreleased, so I won't get a copyright strike.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by Fortify.com. FORTIFEYE.com. When I tell you that they are the best, and I mean best pre and post workout in all of the world, I'm a man of my words. FORTIFEYE.com. And at checkout, use keyword Ryan20, RYAN20 to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by Rich Keeley, Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com. He is at 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard, and that is in Tampa. If you go there after signing up for an appointment at richkbarber.com and you tell them that you heard about it from Hoppe Hour, he will take off $10 on your haircut, and you will leave looking more handsome than ever. This is also being brought to you by, let's see here, WestChasePrinting.com, the best printing company in all of the Bay Area. Posters, business cards, yard signs, whatever the hell you need printed up, go to WestChasePrinting.com, and on that invoice, tell them that you heard about it from Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Call Hoppe now.
Holds back and he speaks. He never holds back and he speaks his mind. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour, where your Hoppe Hour, where your medical card is required to listen.
Don't be offended. He's sorry. And please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
H-O-P-P-E radio, let's go. Money vibes, always in the show. still on fire, volume real loud. Ryan bringing heat like a summer sun. Morning show podcast, time for fun. Turn it up, this Hoppe Hour. Ryan got that podcast power. Syndicated, we go global. Living large, never staying local. Syndicated, dream for coast to coast. Ryan Hoppe, host with the most. Podcast radio, hit that stream. Morning hustle, chasing that dream. Turn it up, it's Hoppe Hour. Ryan got that podcast power. Syndicated, we go global. Living large, never staying local. Syndicated dreams, we coast to coast. Ryan Hoppe, host with the most. Podcast radio, hit that stream. Morning hustle, chasing that dream. Turn it up, it's Hoppe Hour. Ryan got that podcast.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio.
Madness touch the sky.
You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Caitlin Clark fans turn on the WNBA star after she likes Taylor Swift's post endorsing that side chick that I love saying her name wrong, known as Kamala Harris. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We live in the country known as America, where you can vote and you can support and you can, help promote whoever the hell you want that is running for president. You can even do a fill-in vote. I will talk later on about Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala. But I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't know why it's such a big deal that Caitlin Clark liked the post. The problem is Gen Z and even younger millennials, they feel like if you don't like my candidate, then you're wrong. It's the same people that really care about the environment or same people that are religious, and they think their way is the only way. And that is incorrect. So, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, get over yourself. Not everybody's going to agree with you. And your opinion is just an opinion, unless you listen to Hoppe Hour, where I'm always correct. Patrick Mahomes branded a chubby fast dude by Ravens rival after their loss to Kansas City last week. Ravens cornerback Marlon Humphrey called Patrick Mahomes a chubby fast dude. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Whenever you have to go after somebody's looks, you are already the loser. You lost in the playoffs. You pretty much lose every time you beat Patrick or every time you play Patrick Mahomes. You might have a fluke game, I think, where the Ravens might have won. But the Ravens are never going to win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson. And this is another reason of why I can't stand the Baltimore Ravens. Now, am I a Chiefs fan? Not really. I can't stand Travis Kelce and that fake relationship. But I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, that when you start going after other people's appearances for insults, that's because you are dead in the water and you have nothing else to talk about. So that means not only are you a loser on the field, but you're a loser in real life. ESPN's Manning cast of Monday Night Football sinks to all-time low ratings. ESPN's Manningcast, the alternate telecast of Monday Night Football, featuring the commentary from Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, as well as guests, hits an all-time low in just the first week. It had an all-time low of 872,000 viewers. It dipped 43% from week one. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love, and I mean love, watching the NFL. It's kind of my thing. But I don't take the NFL seriously. I'm in younger millennial, so I was around when there was no social media and you had 7 TV channels, so pretty much you were forced to watch it. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, the Manning cast to me is better than Monday Night Football. It's more genuine. And I can't believe people don't like it. Adam Sandler did a good job on there. He looks so good for his age. Oh, yeah. You know who doesn't look good for his age? Aaron Rodgers. Being an asswipe will make you age. Alrighty. Enough of that music. It's such a pump up, though. It gets you going. Casey Anthony is seen moving in with married boyfriend Tyson Rhodes in Tennessee after his estranged wife was snapped leaving marital home. As a former America's Most Hated Woman, Casey Anthony has largely done her best to avoid the spotlight. However, the mom acquitted of murdering her 2-year-old daughter in a sensational 2011 trial is now making up for lost time. She's now 38, has been photographed moving in with her new married lover just days after the relationship was announced. Here's how this is going to go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery. Here's the thing. This is going to end in an absolute positive disaster. There is no way that when you date a baby killer, a sociopath, yeah, she's probably fun in bed, but it would only make sense that Casey Anthony would be a side chick. She murdered her daughter. And this loser probably has a good wife, but maybe she's going through menopause or getting older. And Casey Anthony brings that excitement. Well, Casey will cheat on you, and then you will regret leaving your life. Can you imagine being the wife of 22 years, it says here, and you get cheated on for Casey Anthony? I mean, that's frightening enough itself. All right. Enough of that music. It's giving me a panic attack. Antonio Brown. If there was somebody who should learn how to pull out during sex, him and Dave Grohl should go to a class to learn the proper techniques. Antonio Brown did. He went on the Ant podcast, and he admits that he never pulls out.
Closely when it comes to a grown-ass woman, boy.
For you, I'm gonna slam my shit in the dough. My shit gonna swell up.
Listen,
you getting bit, you getting swell beef.
Shit is that?
You getting swell beef.
Again, let the guest talk.
You don't. I like him shoot himself in the knee.
Hold on, auntie. Let's tell him the truth. You these condoms on.
I feel like if I hit you with a condom, I ain't hit you.
Oh, so he don't wear condoms?
You missed that
Just
part?
make sure you got a test. But
He got to come back.
I'm hearing you, Bill.
No, you not.
How?
He's got to be a deadbeat father.
What the fuck is wrong?
That was on the Ant T podcast. Get it like Ant T. I like what they did there. It's so creative. Now, I am a fan of Shannon Sharp. I find him very amusing. He's very masculine. I think it's weird when people say he's gay, because he's definitely not gay. And there was a leaked sex tape of him doing the deed. So he's on Instagram Live, and for some reason, it takes so much to get on Instagram Live that it's very weird, because you have to first load it up and then go live, and then you got to do this and that. It's weird. Filming himself having sex. What are you doing? Feel bad for that woman named Michelle. Yeah. So we know Shannon Sharp is a talker. I bet when everything's about to come to, no pun intended, completion, I bet he's like, yeah. Right there. And I guess he's not going to get fired from ESPN. There you go, baby. How are you filming the ground of you having sex? I watched the Nightcap show with him and Ocho Cinco, and Ocho Cinco said he's really bad with social media. Obviously, it wasn't like it was like a pocket dial or something. It's him on Instagram Live filming the ground while he's having sex. What are you doing? You pull a Jamal Murray. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle. The one time he probably said her name during sex. That's my Michelle. I think you know what the sound of sex is, so we're going to move on. That was so 90s playing sex, Ryan. You're so edgy and you're so wild. I have this problem. Now we're going to move on. The other night, I had Ritz crackers in my apartment. And sometimes in the middle of the night, I get the munchies because usually I take an edible before I go to bed. And what happened to me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, was I got the munchies and I ate 2 rolls of those Ritz crackers. And let me tell you, the next morning, I don't like getting scatological and talking about poop because I find it repulsive, but all day long, I didn't feel well. And I went, was it really necessary to do that just for the pleasure of eating in the middle of the night? When I tell you that I got absolutely, positively sick, the next day I'm like, that wasn't even worth it. Also, I've been noticing on social media that everything has an asterisk. The word gun, the word sex, the word porn. All these words have an asterisk because the algorithm will hide it if you spell out the name of the word. Is that how wussified we have become as a country? That if you spell out the word gun, or you spell out the word sex, that all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that we have become so sensitive? It's a part of life. People have guns. People watch porn. You were brought to this earth because your parents had sex, unless you were made in like a laboratory. But you know what I'm saying? This world has become so soft. And now I'm not trying to sound like an old man, like, oh, the Gen Z is ruining everything. But it's so weird to think like in the 2000s with adult cartoons and radio shows and movies and TV show and newspapers and magazines, everything was edgy. Now, it was a little too offensive at times, but we went from being free and there was kind of a Wild West vibe in the 2000s to all of a sudden, everything is so uptight. You're going to die someday. The word death, the word funeral, the word grave, there's an asterisk on all the words. Why? You're going to be forgotten someday, and nobody will ever care that you lived. It's a part of life. It's okay. I don't know who my great-grandpa is. Heard he was kind of a dick, but I don't know. It just drives me absolutely, positively nuts. Now, this next thing I'm going to talk about, I'm sure when I make a video about this, the average comment's going to be, oh, you're jealous of their success. Like when I commented on other podcasts and people went, you're jealous. No, I'm just speaking my mind because everybody else kisses these podcasters' ass because they want clouds. But I'm willing to be my own man. There's a guy named Adam22 who is pretty much a pedophile. He's this like dirtbag with face tattoos. And I'm not saying all people with face tattoos are dirtbags, but there's a lot of them. And the thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, he has this wife named Lena the Plug that he shares in porn. And he does a podcast where he interviews mumble rappers and criminals. And this escort, an OnlyFans model and escort who goes by Ayala has some dirty things she wants to admit to.
Escorting and like some 400-pound micro penis dude shows up.
Yeah, I don't mind.
You actually don't mind? You're not like when I see this dude, I'm going to picture the female version of this.
Yeah, he's always into like dudes banging his wife and dudes having sex. Adam 22 is definitely bisexual. And he's also got that creepy vibe where he's been accused of rape in the 2000s and made blogs about it because he used to be a BMX blogger. He sounds so aggressive. Like Howard Stern sounds very chill, like a chill Jewish guy, even though he's not. But you know what, the voice. But yeah, he's trying to be like Howard Stern. But he sounds like he's going to kill you.
I feel repulsed looking at them.
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
At all?
Like,
there's no man that you could be repulsed by his naked body.
No, but I also have a weird thing where I have like
I get paid to have sex, so anything helps.
Like a disgust fetish for gross men, but it's a little bit separate. But definitely a lot of my fantasies involve like a horrific, like disgusting guy, you know.
Yeah, you definitely got touched as a kid.
You know, like having sex with me against my will. I think it's very hot.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, whenever there is a girl, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, who is into rape fetishes or whatever, yeah, I got a sound effect to describe what you're supposed to do when that happens. Get the hell out of there. Because she's obviously mentally ill.
Really?
So it does help. but also I don't actually experience disgust. Most of the unpleasant clients I have sex with are not unpleasant or don't actually disgust me enough to trigger that fetish. Like,
trigger.
You don't have to be attracted to clients to have sex with them. I mostly stopped...
Yeah, because you're getting paid.
...doing escorting when OnlyFans took off for me.
Father must be so proud. Or maybe father contributed to this. I love whenever people rip into porn stars online and they're like, oh, their father must be so proud. It's like, I don't think their father cares about them or maybe touched them.
But I'm currently the highest priced publicly listed escort in the world.
Oh, that's something to be proud of. Put that on your LinkedIn Escalades. I'm pretty expensive to have sex with.
As far as I can tell. So I'll do
How much?
Like $4K an hour.
Wow. Gentlemen out there, I've never thought about getting one because I can't afford it. But there were moments in 2019 that I was lonely. But there's this website that will never do you wrong. That is Pornhub. The philosopher of the millennial generation known as Lil Wayne said it best. First you come, then you come to your senses. I've never once gone on Pornhub and then afterwards been like, oh, I should go to a strip club. I'm like, hey, what's on SportsCenter?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
not I.
Yeah, so I don't do it super often, but like I still occasionally like it. Because again, if I want casual sex, this is a way of tricking my lady brain into letting me have casual sex.
She's like 6 out of 10 pretty. And she's definitely ruined marriages.
It's like not often, like sometimes it's nice, but sometimes it's not very high quality. But
I can't imagine like, because that as much as I've done well for myself over the years.
I love when people want to humbly brag about their accomplishments.
If I could go some chick for like 45 minutes and like get $4,000, I mean.
The weird part is that guy and his wife, Lena the Plug, have a daughter. And I'm like, that's going to end well. Uh-oh, daddy issues. 856-49-HOPPY. Now, speaking of mommy issues.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Kate Gosselin's son, Colin, accuses her of tying him up in the basement.
Does that surprise you? I remember in 2009, I had back surgery. And it was December of 2009 when they were in their prime, John and Kate +8. And I remember even my 15 going on 16-year-old self was like, she's a bitch.
The John and Kate +8 alum levels additional accusations against his estranged mother, Kate Gosselin, alleging she often kept him in a locked room in their basement while...
So she literally is like how Amanda Berry got treated in Cleveland 10 years ago. She's a sociopathic dirtbag.
Growing up. The 20-year-old tells the U.S. Sun in an interview published September 10th.
It seems like the Sun and all these publications overseas are the ones that are covering it. Everybody else seems afraid to call out Kate Gosselin.
My mother had a room built in our storage basement. She had a room put up with cameras in it.
It's kind of voyeuristic and creepy.
A tiny window in the corner, and it was bolt locked from the outside. It was like a containment room, and it had a mattress on the floor, and that's how I lived. And while alleging his mother often became, quote, physically aggressive and verbally abusive, Colin continues, when my mother would put me in that room multiple times, she had zip-tied my hands and feet together and bolt-locked the door.
I feel like if this was like, let's say, what's her name's mom? Gypsy Rose Blanchard, because she wasn't attractive whatsoever, this would be a bigger news story. But I feel like because Kate Gosselin looks better now with the long hair compared to that dumb Karen look she had 15 years ago, I feel like it's not as big of a story.
Turned the lights off and had cameras there just watching me. The reality TV alum who currently lives with his father, John Gosselin, and
yeah, John has flaws, but man, seems like an okay dude. I know somebody that works in Baltimore radio that said that he was just walking around downtown Baltimore, and that's the most John Gosselin thing I've ever heard.
His sibling Hannah Gosselin, while he remains estranged from his mother and 6 other siblings, also shares how he feels this alleged isolation affected his relationship with the rest of his family.
Yeah, all those kids got brainwashed.
Colin says, I didn't go to school after a certain point, so most of the day I was in that room and I was away from my siblings, and I never...
And then the sad part is he wanted to serve in like the Navy or one of those Marines, I believe, one of them. And because he got checked into a mental institute by his dirty, rotten bitch of a mom, he couldn't do it.
I was in that room and I was away from my siblings, and
I'd go crazy too if Kate Gosselin was my mom.
I never really went outside. I never played with them. I was kept there. It was literally containment.
Oh, yeah.
He adds of Kate, I definitely went through it a lot as a kid from my mother's end, so it was tough. I just remember being isolated from my siblings and constantly taking the fall for her emotions or the...
Yeah, poor kid's got trauma. I believe they might live in Maryland. So if you live in Maryland, go to counselingoncall.net, the official sponsor of Hoppe Hour, and tell them you heard about it from me, Colin.
The tough things going on in her life. However, Kate's lawyer, Richard Puleo, says in a statement to the U.S. Sun that he doesn't believe the 49-year-old has done anything to, quote, intentionally harm Colin.
Of course you're going to say that. You're all kiss asses of her. You're all simps.
The lawyer says in part, there's always 2 sides to every story, and when things take place in the past, it's hard to determine because people have differing recollections and perspectives.
That's the typical scumbag lawyer response, is to gaslight the victim. Everybody knows that Kate Gosselin is a dirty, rotten bitch. And I don't like calling women bitches, but she deserves it.
I think she did whatever she did to protect herself and her family from...
Oh, yeah, she really cares about their family. What a... Almost said a really bad word.
Some of his troubled behavior as a child. The attorney adds, however, I think if Kate did the things that Colin is accusing Kate of, she would have been investigated by the...
No, because everybody was kissing her ass because she was making TLC money. Of course she's not going to get investigated.
The authorities and prosecuted. E-News has reached out to reps for Kate, Colin, and John for comment, but has not yet heard back.
Kate seems like she'd be fun in bed, but she's got that Casey Anthony energy.
For his part, John tells the U.S. Sun that the basement room is allegedly still there.
Yeah, I bet she does kinky things down there.
Saying, my friend's in-laws bought our house, and one time they asked me, why is there a room in the basement with a bed and a lock on the outside?
Ah, that sounds healthy. 856-49-HOPPE. I went an hour and 22 minutes without talking about Taylor Swift. Here I go.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Oh my God, she endorsed Kamala, whatever that dumb side chick of a vice president turned presidential candidate. Yeah, woohoo! She endorsed her. That means she should win. She's a billionaire that has no relation to us. She can't relate to us. I'm not saying Trump's the answer, but you really shouldn't go off the basis of a billionaire. You're all simps for Taylor. You're all a bunch of dumb Swifties.
Taylor.
Hear that, paparazzi? Taylor!
Taylor Swift endorses Kamala Harris for president, all while proudly taking a stance as a childless cat lady.
So sick of that. Yeah, J.D. Vance said that. He's the definition of small D energy. He's like the mean comments people get on social media. That's him as a person. Move on. That was so beginning of August. Wow. You're really progressive. Using something from 2 months ago. Whoa. That was so deep of you, Taylor.
I go home to the cats.
Just minutes after the presidential debate between Kamala and Republican nominee Donald Trump, the singer showed her support for the current VP and her running mate Tim Walz on the gram alongside this pic with her cat.
I don't know why. I just don't find her attractive, man.
Sharing she'll be casting her vote for the duo in the 2024 presidential election.
Cool.
I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them.
As much as I can't stand her, I am for abortion rights, so it's a little iffy. And then like Stephen Curry even said that's one of the reasons why he's voting for her, and everybody on the right freaked out. And I'm like, you didn't even watch the NBA. You're racist against black people, so you're mad over nothing.
I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades.
There are many, many, many musicians and other stars who would love to help Kamala Harris get elected, but I think Taylor Swift she's on a different level.
Yeah, this is Brian Stelter from the Vanity Fair magazine. So he's a kiss ass.
She's on a level of her own.
But that doesn't mean anything. Just because she's more successful. And again, I don't need any Swifties commenting on this. Oh, you're jealous of her success. No. Who cares if she's the most famous singer ever? She can't relate to us.
The Grammy winner also using the moment to call out Trump.
Oh, wow. That's so innovative of you and crazy and wild, Taylor.
Last month, the former president reposted this AI-generated photo on social media featuring a manipulated image of fake Taylor stumping for him.
It looks like that picture from like 100 years ago where it's like, I want you to vote with the guy pointing, and it's Taylor wants you to vote for Donald Trump, and it's the most fake-looking thing ever. He might have thought it was real, to be honest. He's an idiot, too. They all are. Every politician could kiss my ass.
Fake Taylor stumping for him. It's still unclear if he knew the photo and endorsement aren't real, but regardless, at the time he responded, I accept. Meanwhile, Taylor condemned the whole thing in her post.
Yeah, he posted that on that social media site they have, Truth Social. It's the most nauseating thing ever. I went on there. It's like, the transgender are ruining the world. It's like, no. Your bigoted views and believing in something that's fake known as God is ruining the world. You right-wing nut jobs.
Writing, it really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
It brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter.
Who cares? And then she wasn't seen in the same suite as Brittany Mahomes at the Chiefs game. She might not even be with Brittany Mahomes, not because of Brittany Mahomes voting for Trump, because she's annoying.
The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth.
Alrighty. So then we have this headline.
I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time.
Donald Trump is making comments about Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes. Shortly after the 14-time Grammy winner endorses Democratic candidate Vice President Kamala Harris.
Kamala. Sounds better that way.
The former president is sharing his thoughts about her announcement by comparing her to Brittany Mahomes. Donald Trump says this while calling into Fox News on September 11th.
Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. What do you think?
Oh, nice. On 9/11, when we should all be remembering what happened, we're talking about Taylor Swift not endorsing Trump. We totally forgot about 9/11.
Well, I actually like...
Donald Trump. I'm really creepy with my daughter.
Mrs.
All my fans are inbreds and incels.
I actually like Mrs. Mahomes much better, if you want to know the truth.
Of course, because she's a fan, and you only like fans because you're a narcissist.
She's a big Trump fan. I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time.
That's something me and Trump have in common.
You couldn't possibly endorse Biden. You look at Biden, you couldn't possibly endorse him. But she's a very liberal person. She seems to always endorse a Democrat, and she'll probably pay a price for it in the marketplace.
I think she'll be just fine, but I think most of her fans are liberals that are pro-abortion.
Former president continues praising Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes' wife, Brittany.
As annoying as Brittany is, she's definitely better looking than Taylor.
But no, I like Brittany. I think Brittany's great. Brittany got a lot of news last week. She's a big MAGA fan. That's the one I like much better than Taylor Swift.
It's just so played out. Like, I can't believe he's running again. Like, it's just so 2016. Like, it was so shocking when he ran and won. Now it's like, go away.
Although Brittany has not yet addressed Donald Trump's comments, she made headlines in recent weeks for publicly supporting Donald Trump by liking several posts on social media regarding the presidential candidate.
Can you imagine being somebody on, like, let's say TMZ or Entertainment Tonight, where it's your job to see what the celebrities like? It's a sad life. Like, I know you can say, well, Hoppe, you're covering celebrity news here, so are you any better? Whatever.
At the time, Donald Trump expresses his gratitude for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit model on his social media site Truth Social days after, writing in part, quote, "I want to thank beautiful Brittany Mahomes for so strongly defending me."
Wow. Riveting.
As for Taylor, the global superstar is breaking her silence about the upcoming U.S. presidential election, following the televised debate between candidates Donald Trump and Kamala Harris.
I'm very proud to say I didn't watch a second of it. I'm not going to watch two people that I'll never meet, that don't care about me, that will never know I exist until I become a famous podcaster and everyone knows who I am, which I'm already are. But I'm serious. They don't know who I am. So why would I care?
On September 10th. Taylor shares this post to...
All right, we've already heard that. 856-49-HOPPE. Speaking of Donald Trump.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
I can't help but wonder, why didn't law enforcement officials arrest the shooter before the speech? There is definitely more to this story.
People say that video of Melania, I know this is audio, but it looks very AI. She's literally if AI was a person. She always looks like she's being held hostage.
Melania Trump wants answers. The former First Lady is questioning the attempted assassination of her husband, former President Donald Trump, in a video posted on X on September 10th to promote her upcoming memoir. In the 30-second clip, she argues there is, quote, definitely more to the story.
The attempt to end my husband's life was a horrible, distressing experience.
Yeah. Anybody that was wishing he died, that's bad karma. I can't stand Trump, but I'm glad he didn't die.
Now,
it was just a little weird how I'm not saying it was staged, but it was so weird how he touched and fell. It was just the most Trump moment ever.
The silence around it feels heavy. I can't help but wonder, why didn't law enforcement officials arrest the shooter before the speech?
That's a good point. Because there are people that were hired by the Bidens and they purposely gave him the DEI hires of a chubby woman. Every single person that ever, is a security guard or Secret Service member for a presidential candidate or the president should be 200 pounds and muscular, not a chubby woman.
There is definitely more to this story, and we need to uncover the truth.
In the highly produced clip, the 54-year-old questions...
That is a good way to put it.
How law enforcement handled the attempted assassination of her husband at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania in July. She specifically questions why the shooter, Thomas Crooks, wasn't arrested before the event.
That's a good point.
A bullet pierced the upper part of the former president's right ear during the rally. The shooter was killed by at least one Secret Service sharpshooter, according to authorities.
Oh, yeah, that was a weird day. I was on shrooms, and I was at the chill room, the kava bar I go to. It was weird. I'm going to the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom with no lights on because I'm kind of weird. And I come out, and everyone's freaking out, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I couldn't tell if that was real or not.
Since the shooting, the Secret Service has faced intense criticism for its failure to prevent crooks from firing during the rally, and the FBI launched an investigation.
Yeah, those are some bad hires.
Kimberly Cheadle, the Secret Service's director at the time of the shooting, stepped down after members of Congress grilled her for the handling of the incident.
Oh, they grilled her hard.
This isn't the first time Melania has spoken out about the event. Days after the shooting, she released a statement that read in part, quote, "When I watched that violent bullet strike my husband Donald, I realized my life and Barron's life were on the brink of devastating change. I am grateful to the brave Secret Service agents and law enforcement officials who risked their own lives to protect my husband."
I've often thought about the fact that she's just someone who wanted to come to America and marry a rich guy. And out of any rich guy she could have got, she gets Donald Trump. That must be hard. And I'm being serious.
Said, adding, "Let us not forget the differing opinions, policy, and political games are inferior to love. Our personal, structural, and life commitment until death is at serious risk."
Man, I wonder who wrote that for her. 856-49 Hoppe. Speaking of another rich creep.
Whoa! Hoppe Hot Topic!
Harvey Weinstein is facing more legal trouble.
Oh, yeah. He really got thrown into prison.
According to NBC News, prosecutors announced during a September 12th court hearing that the disgraced film producer has been indicted by a New York City grand jury on new sexual assault charges. Per the outlet, prosecutor Nicole Blumberg states that the new indictment is under seal and no further specifics are known.
Yeah, that seems like how all these cases go. Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Trump.
With a trial date set for November 12th. Harvey, who wasn't present in court for the hearing, was recently hospitalized for emergency heart surgery.
I love how they show him in a wheelchair. Like, oh, please feel bad for that serial rapist.
According to NBC News, his arraignment will be finalized after he recovers from his health battle.
Oh, yeah, please wait for him to get better. Man, we give rights to the wrong people sometimes.
E! News has reached out to Harvey's attorneys for comment, but hasn't yet heard back. These latest charges against the 72-year-old comes after the New York Court of Appeals announced in April that his 2020 rape conviction had been overturned, ordering a new trial for the producer who was previously sentenced to 23 years in prison in the case. In the decision previously obtained by E! News, the state's highest court noted that the, quote, trial court erroneously admitted testimony of uncharged alleged prior sexual acts against persons other than the complainants of the underlying crimes because that testimony served no material non-propensity purpose.
That's a lot of words.
At the time, Harvey's lawyer, Arthur Adela, told the New York Times the development was, quote, not just a victory for Mr. Weinstein, but for every criminal defendant in the state of New York.
Oh, great.
And we compliment the Court of Appeals for upholding the most basic principles that a criminal defendant should have in a trial.
Got it.
However, a Manhattan DA spokesperson told NBC News at the time, we will do everything in our power to retry this case.
Sounds like it's going to go on forever and ever. Speaking of something that goes on forever and ever, Cardi B had another kid.
Whoa! Hoppe Hot Topic!
Cardi B and Offset's family just got bigger. The 31-year-old announced she welcomed her third child with a rapper in a sweet Instagram post on September 12th, writing, "The prettiest little thing."
Yeah, she does a good job of covering the kid's face. You got to do that.
Cardi revealed her little one was born days earlier on September 7th, and
I wonder if Offset was there, if he was banging another side chick.
Shared several sweet family snaps, including one of her giving birth, and another showing an intimate breastfeeding moment with the newborn.
Nice.
She also shared a video of Offset holding their little one.
Man, they just need to get divorced already. He looks like he wants to get the hell out of there.
I think she's hungry. She's just sucking my nipple.
Weird.
So lactate. I can't do that.
The announcement comes more than a month after the WAP rapper revealed she was expecting on August 1st. The pregnancy announcement came as a shock to fans because just days prior, she filed for divorce from Offset. A rep for the UP rapper confirmed to Page 6 that she filed for divorce from the Migos artist on July 31st. Access Hollywood reached out for comment. A source told the outlet at the time.
They always reach out for comment and specify that, but they usually never hear back, so you should probably quit saying that.
time that Cardi's main priority is, quote, obtaining primary custody of their 2 older children. Cardi and Offset also share 5-year-old daughter Culture and 2-year-old son Wave. News of their divorce came days after Offset denied cheating rumors after allegedly being spotted with an ex-girlfriend. Despite the speculation, the split is said to be an amicable one, with the
that's good.
source telling Page 6, quote, they both have been trying to figure out what their future looks like for a while now, adding, it's not something that happened overnight. They've both been on the same page. There wasn't pushback. They've grown apart and that feeling has gotten stronger over time. It's become unavoidable.
But you keep having kids, so it's literally the definition of idiocracy. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hard-working average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the U.S. or you live in the U.K. As long as you're listening to my show, that's all that matters. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio, that streaming device. However the hell you're listening to this award-winning show known as Hoppe Hour. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Sagittarius, birthday November 27. Do it like that until I end up in money heaven. They be thinking they be flaming and torching them with the bullshit they handing out. Pull a twist to make a wishing. Blow the candles out. Blow the candles out. Blow the candles out. Sagittarius, birthday November 27. Do it like that until I end up in money heaven. They be thinking they be flaming and torching them with the bullshit they handing out. Pull a twist to make a wishing. Blow the candles out. Pull an all-white phantom out. I'ma kill him with the pants and the shirt and the shoes and the hat with the shades and the chain and the watch is the reason I be standing now. Wear ice and spin that cake while I lick the icing off the cake. It's Twister B-Day, y'all. Come on, everybody, won't you come and celebrate with me? Do it like my birthday. Do it like my birthday. Do it like my birthday. All day, I do it like my birthday. Do it like my birthday.
Birthday, baby, yo, yes, I'm the hound dog. And them are some troublemakers, don't have them around, y'all. Whenever we in the club, we show love to all the haters. Standing up with my shit, like a spike like a gladiator. Oh, yes, I'm the gladiator. Master and gator. Twister and dude now, I'm ready to regulator. We the birds in the streets, player, don't watch me, better watch my feet.
To the tragic doll under her umbrella. Ella, ayy, I'm an Ella. When I get done, she gon' bring me my cheddar. This just the beginning, it only gets better. Now with my hat, now with my shirt. You them gon' do it like the last day on earth. And if you really want the spill on the deal, yeah, it sound like a mug, yeah, fly in the mug. Do it like my birthday, do it like my birthday. Do it. It's going down, like my birthday. Sound like my birthday. Just get my nails did, just get my hair done. Just got this bad new Gucci bag matching Gucci pumps. Shoes matching the belt, skirt matching the blouse, chain matching the ring. Yeah, I'm doing my thing. Got so many haters, why is so many hating? Sick like a mental patient, I floss like a dentist patient. This shit testing my patience, sick is working my nerves. I'm getting spending that money like the first and the third. Elongated skin blowing cushion the wind just like hey, yeah, popping no tags, these diesels busting the sag. I'ma whip it when I'm going hard to get a gone mad chop. Models all around me, so I'm buying up the bar. I'm a hood star,
rock star. Only at my pick game, meaning you can't upgrade me, mommy. I'm the guap green king. Like do it like my, do it like my, do it like my, do it like my, do it, I do it like my birthday. Every day, I do it like my birthday. Do it, I do it like my birthday. You dig? That's what we say around here. Tripped out, bling with the fresh gear. Keep it cock, snake skin, buck 50 hat, candy painted, old school, rolling around on 4 flats. Hit the liquor store, mix the Remy with the drum, rolling on the 94, looking for them sexy. Oh, I'm ballin' with Kelly, cause I'm a flirt, pumping VIP with Don Juan, challenge shit.
Hey, look, I do it like my birthday, I do it like it hurts. Hey, watching these bad just do it in the worst way. I'm a winner, mama, I am in the first place. Catch me on the dance floor, throwing up my birthplace. I'm an animal, I woke up on a Monday, and subsequently I ain't go to sleep till it was Thursday. This is a shot of Patron and blow a birthday. Get up with a you can take her home on the first day. Burger King, mama, you can have it your way, or I can bring another bitch and y'all can do it her way. Hotel room, do not disturb way. That's how I'ma do it when I do it like my birthday.
Oh, yeah. We have so much to get into and such little time left, so let's do it.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Don't be offended.
Ryan Hoppe has a lot of stuff in common with Wilt Chamberlain. They both love women, they both are very tall, but actually never mind. Wilt was really coordinated, and Ryan Hoppe is it.
Good job, AI.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Syndicated across the world and heard exclusively on every podcasting platform by searching Hoppe Radio. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Did you know that Ryan Hoppe got a vasectomy? Well, now you know, and we aren't even sure why we told you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Everyone else is afraid to say, Ryan Hoppe will say for you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
If Being a Man Slut was a podcast, it would be Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Lights are bright, the night's alive. Ryan Hoppe's where we thrive. Laugh and chat until we're free. Hoppe Hour, just you and me. Drinks are cold, the vibe is right. We won't stop until daylight. Raise your glass, let's make a toast. Ryan Hoppe, he's our host. Hoppe Hour, party time. Dancing with
856-49 Hoppe. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com.
Good and feeling like gossip stories, jokes we'll share.
That's what we do.
Hoppe Hour, we're all there.
Happy Hot Topic! What the hell is going on with Katy Perry's overcompensating ass?
I mean, how could you not? She's got...
I approve. Katy Perry has nothing to roar about. The music superstar reacted to a now viral photo of fiancé Orlando Bloom appearing to steal a glance at Kim Kardashian during a recent...
In this picture, Katie's looking off into the distance, and Orlando's behind Katie, and then Kim's to the right, and he's just staring at her ass.
Star-studded event, telling Elvis Duran in a new interview that she's not only unbothered, but even on board.
Have you seen this?
Literally, just got a notification.
It's kind of funny.
No, I have.
It's you taking a photo with Kim Kardashian.
You know, Orlando's like, Elvis Duran, why are you C-blocking me?
Yes.
And Orlando is staring at her butt. Wait, hold on.
Read this passage.
I mean,
Katie's like, oh no, the infidelity is going to get out.
How could you not? She's got...
I approve.
Elvis, you're gay though.
Yeah.
Okay, meanwhile, Orlando and Katie also hit the red carpet where the couple posed for pictures. The images captured Orlando with his hand right above Katie's butt.
Yeah.
leaving
It's been
no
other
doubt.
places. Sorry to tell you.
In fact, Katie found the situation so innocent, she didn't seem to understand why it was being discussed in the first place.
Because it's kind of a bad look.
So wait, what's the controversy?
There is no
That he's probably cheating on you because he's staring at a girl's ass.
controversy.
Oh,
That's my
great.
whole point.
Count that click, honey.
Do you need more controversy?
Oh, just 17 years.
Oh, please.
17 years.
I gotta tell.
Oh, she's so repulsive. Like, she's beautiful, but you could tell that she's never wrong. How long until they're divorced?
Both Katie and Kim stunned in Balenciaga gowns at the Caring for Women dinner in New York City on September 9th, where the Woman's World singer donned a sparkling aqua number, and the Skims founder chose the label's ivory 3D molded liquid rubber
How could you not look at Kim's? Her boobs are about to pop out. Her butt looks bigger. Like Katy Perry's wearing like kind of like a blue dress. Kind of looks like Ariel from Little Mermaid, and then Kim just looks like her usual porn star self.
wet dress. Though one shot seemingly captured Orlando giving Kim's ensemble a peek, other snaps from the night showed he was clearly taken with Katie, wrapping his arm around her waist.
He's like, I got caught looking. I got to save face.
The pair also packed on the PDA while walking the red carpet, stopping to share a romantic kiss.
Oh, because they kissed in front of us. They have a good marriage.
Katie and the Lord of the
You know, he went home and cleaned the house.
Rings actor were first linked after a run-in at the 2016 Golden Globes and got engaged 3 years later. They welcomed their daughter, Daisy Dove, in 2020.
That daughter's going to have a weird life in about 12 years when she looks up her mom's interview and she's got her mom talking about giving head if the house is clean. Yeah, it's a little weird. Think about the future, Katie.
The hot and cold
Stop thinking about yourself all the time.
Singer most recently opened up about her and Orlando's relationship in a candid conversation with Call Her Daddy's Alex Cooper.
That's one way to put it. Pretty candid, that was.
Spilling what drew the two together, as well as the story behind their short breakup, and making
Cheating. It was like in Friends. We're on a break.
Headlines for an NSFW confession about how she expresses her love language.
We weren't like really in it from day one. I mean, he was in a way because he had just done a huge time of celibacy, and he had.
That's what everybody calls when they're not getting laid. They're like, I'm being celibate. No, you're not.
Set intention.
If a girl is, I think that's true, but yeah.
And I was fresh out of a relationship, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I need to go into a swim in a different pond. But
that's one way to put it.
I had yet to do a lot of like some real work. We do a lot of couples therapy, and we want to.
Yeah. That couples therapist is getting so much content. Not for like a podcast, but like just, man, there must be a new issue every week.
Evolve. That's like, I think why we're in our relationship is to become better humans so that we can raise.
Whatever. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773.
Happy Hot Topic.
Living on a prayer. Do, 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 do.
Police in Nashville, Tennessee are praising singer Jon Bon Jovi for helping to save a woman's life. The Metro Nashville.
Man, what can he not do?
Nashville Police Department shares a video September 11th on X, formerly Twitter.
We know X is formerly Twitter. You can stop saying that.
That authorities say shows the 62-year-old rocker walking along the John Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge. In the clip posted by police, John notices a woman standing on a ledge outside of the bridge's guardrail and approaches her while waving hello. The video shows the woman leaning over the ledge of the bridge with her arms wrapped around the railing. Police say John and others talked to the woman and helped her come back onto the bridge before embracing her in a hug.
Hell yeah, that's a good guy there.
The department praised the Jersey-born singer on X, writing, quote, a shout out to Jon Bon Jovi and his team for helping a woman on the Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge Tuesday night. Bon Jovi helped persuade her to come off the ledge over the Cumberland River to safety. The department also quoted Chief of Police John Drake saying, quote, it takes all of us to help keep each other safe. According to the Tennessean, the musician was nearby shooting a new music video for his song The People's House.
All right. Good for him. We don't need to hear about his new music. That's boring.
Happy Hot Topic.
It's not that Emily's a bad vocalist. It's that she apparently has the past that she has, and she has not in my opinion, given an appropriate response. Unless there's a formal statement saying, Jamie, you can't enter the building for this reason, I'm going to concert.
Yeah, that's Chester Bennington's son.
Chester Bennington's son, Jamie, slamming Linkin Park's Mike Shinoda.
Yeah, Mike Shinoda's the scumbag for keeping that band alive. Like, if you were such a good artist, you wouldn't need the name.
Bashing his late father's longtime bandmate over new lead singer Emily Armstrong.
Mike Shinoda followed me specifically to watch what I was saying, and now, after I've messaged him, he's blocked me. It's not...
Yeah, that sounds like a typical rock star. Like, we know that Chester Bennington was mentally ill. You know, he probably passed it to the son. Like, I'm sure the DMs weren't, like, you know, friendly or cordial.
That Mike is a bad musician. It's that he does the things he's doing.
You know, Linkin Park has always got a little bit of something up our sleeve.
Yeah, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Jamie's tirade on his Instagram story, not mincing words over the group's ongoing controversy surrounding Emily's past support for now convicted rapist Danny Masterson.
Yeah, that wasn't ideal. But then again, the Church of Scientology is evil.
Over the weekend, the 38-year-old shared this statement to social media, saying she regrets all that, adding, "I do not condone abuse or violence against women."
No, but you supported it, so you pretty much do condone it. Just like when Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis were defending Danny in the courtroom, if you're defending a rapist, you pretty much condone it. Just because it's your friend doesn't... get out of here.
This is how Mike Shinoda has chosen to respond to the situation. He doesn't care to give an official statement about the impact of hiring someone like Emily. And I think there's a lot of people asking questions like that in the comments, like, I wonder how bad it was for Chester.
I tried so... I gotta skip over it because of copyright.
It doesn't even matter.
I'll play it anyway. I don't care about copyright. Listen to this. Let me rewind this. I've messed this whole thing up. That is horrible. It sounds like a drunk girl doing a cover at a bar in downtown St. Pete or whatever town you live in. They should not be doing any of the songs he's saying. If you're going to keep the name Linkin Park, just do new music because you sound nothing like him. It's terrible.
It doesn't even matter. Linkin Park and Emily hitting the reset button in
And if you think it's better than Bennington, then you're a Gen Z person that didn't grow up with Linkin Park.
2024, with a new album from Zero, followed by a world tour. 7 years after Chester Bennington died by suicide.
Yeah, that was a sad day. I remember I was working on this radio show called The Jeff Adams Show, which was out of Lakeland, and the news broke. And on the way home, it was me and my ex. We were driving home, and we started listening to In the End, and the lyrics really hit after he killed himself.
When I first listened to Linkin Park, like Hybrid Theory, was like my favorite album.
And who would have thought that you'd be the hack that would take over?
And that was the moment where I was like, I want to sing and scream. I would love to do him proud, you know?
Yeah, you're not doing him proud. You sound like garbage. You're not a good singer.
That's Emily alongside the band with Apple Music's Zane Lowe last week, where Mike explained why the time was right to kick off a new chapter.
Because you probably are hemorrhaging money. It's the right time. Get out of here.
There was a part of us, like, over the last 7 years where we did remember that we have I don't want to say it's like a responsibility because it's not all that serious, but there is a benefit to, like, if we get this thing up and running and we do it well, like, then everybody gets to play a role.
Yeah.
Chester's one of a kind. Like, Chester did his thing like no one else could do it.
It sounds like they don't like him. Like, they're probably mad that he killed himself.
And I think, like, what's amazing is, like, Emily just being Emily works in Linkin Park.
No, it doesn't. Maybe in the new Linkin Park, but I'm not going to see them in concert ever.
Happy Hot Topic!
I'm being honest, and I think that's just who I am.
Selena Gomez is opening up for the first time about not being able to have children.
Yeah, because Benny Blanco was talking about how he wanted to have kids on the Howard Stern show. She probably hadn't told him yet, and then she had to come out and feel like she had to tell everybody because she feels like everybody needs to know everything about her because she's a famous celebrity.
32-year-old tells Vanity Fair, I have a lot of medical issues that would put my life and the baby's in jeopardy. That was something I had to grieve for a while.
I'm in a better place, but I don't know. I guess sometimes I can't explain it for sure.
Selena struggles with lupus and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2020.
She seems very bipolar. Why? Because I'm bipolar, so I can relate to it. Mm-hmm. Did you even hear the sweeper I made about it?
Did you know Ryan Hoppe is bipolar?
I am.
He loves it. No, he hates it.
Yeah.
He loves it. No, he hates it. Get what we did there. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yeah.
She says 2 medications she takes for that made it unlikely she'd be able to carry children. But she is open to
I wonder what med she takes. I take Klonopin, Lamictal, Risperdal, and Pristique.
Other alternatives like surrogacy or adoption.
You know what's funny too is I started taking meds in 1998 because my grandpa died and I was throwing things around the house and she's like, I don't know what to do.
And plans to start a family in the next 3 years. But no pressure for boyfriend Benny Blanco, who told Howard Stern back in May he could see himself getting down on one knee.
I'm predicting.
Yeah. You know, she was listening to the radio and was like, oh no.
Marriage.
You and me both.
You have no room for kids in your life, right?
That's like the goal on the box.
You know, when Selena was listening to that, she was like, oh no, I haven't told him yet.
Selena, who's the newest member of Hollywood's billionaire club.
Congrats. We're all happy for you.
Says she's never been loved this way. A source
Yeah, because she's not getting cheated on like Bieber did with Haley. That's the most undiscussed thing ever, that he was going back and forth. Like I said earlier, it's like bowling, and he's going down in the bowling alley, and it's like the bumpers are up, and the left side bumper was Haley, and the right side was Selena. Back to her, back to her, back to her. I'm not sure why I keep doing bowling references. Maybe it's a sign that I have to go bowling, even though I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen of the gallery, that I am not very good at bowling. And bowling alleys kind of creep me out sometimes. There's that meme every year that comes out of the guy that got the perfect game on 9/11. Mm-hmm.
Tells E.T. they are in bliss and...
whatever. Also, I was watching a news clip from 9/10 where it was the news in New York City. First of all, on 9/10/2001, the skyline looked beautiful and it was like a clear sky at night. And second of all, the news story was about some football team. They were all 16, so they're probably like 40 now, and they hired an exotic dancer. And you know that exotic dancer, and like all the parents and teachers were having like a meeting about it, and it was on the news. And you know that exotic dancer the next day was like, yeah, this is not good, but I just got off scot-free.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Finally, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're taking Ozempic, please don't take offense to this rant, but hit the gym. Everybody's taking that or one of the variations of it. And you get the face. We all know you're on it. It's not the best look.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I definitely tried it.
What an annoying voice.
I tell you, it was the worst decision I ever made. So if this is a warning to anyone, please, if you're thinking about doing it, do not take it.
Here's the thing. It's for diabetes, and everyone's taking it as a shortcut. First of all, from what I've heard, if you quit taking it, you just gain back the weight. And second of all, I'm a little chubby. I can't get rid of this belly, but I swam last night and I lifted. I'm trying my best. And I had a whole rotisserie chicken, which, by the way, I was really high. And I was eating the rotisserie chicken. And it's so creepy because you're like, this used to be a living thing. Like, I'm aware that meat is a former living thing. But last night it was really hitting me. But it tasted good with the Mardi Gras flavor.
It's so not worth it.
Lottie Moss issues a warning about Ozempic. The younger sister of supermodel Kate Moss appears on a new episode of her Dream On podcast.
Dream On!
Titled My Ozempic Hell. She details her hospitalization after taking the type 2 diabetes drug commonly used for weight loss.
I felt so sick one day. I'd said to my friend, I can't keep any water down.
I've heard the bathroom trips are not fun.
I can't keep any food down, no liquids, nothing.
No liquids.
I need to go to the hospital. I feel really sick. I have a picture and my eyes were almost like concaving in. Like it was so dead. My face.
But she's not even fat. She shouldn't be on it. That's the funny part is all these skinny people are taking it and it's like, it's not for you.
This was like dead.
Unless you have diabetes.
Like there was no color in it. So we went to the ER at like 3 a.m. because it was like, I literally just, it was 3 a.m. I was like, I can't like even get water down. Like this is so bad.
The 26-year-old goes on to explain how she learned she had actually overdosed on the popular drug.
We go and see one of the nurses and she's like, how much of a dose are you taking? And I was like, however much. And she said, oh my God, like that's so not what you're meant to be taking. She asked how much weight I dropped in the last 2 weeks. I told her. She was like, right, we need to get someone to come and get you. So she sent me to the emergency room. I got wheelchaired through the hospital. I literally had a seizure from how dehydrated I was, which honestly was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I've never, ever had seizures. I've never, ever had like any serious health problems in my life.
Yeah, so then you shouldn't be taking it. If you're healthy and you're skinny and pretty.
Life, really. And it just scared me so much. My friend Reese had to hold my feet down. And it was just so scary, like the whole situation.
All right, we got it. 856-49-HOPPY. We got a few things left. Like Britney Spears has to keep paying child support.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Unfortunately, some bad news, depending on how you look at it. But also some good news, too. There is some incorrect information going around. Or maybe incomplete is a better way to describe it. Today, Britney's youngest son, Jaden James, turns 18. Many of us believed that her child support payments to ex-husband, former backup dancer Kevin Federline, would stop today. However, that is not the case. And it's not because there are plans for Jaden James to go get a higher education, which could result in Britney paying for a college or university. The reason Britney is going to continue to have to pay child support payments is because per her divorce agreement, she is required to keep paying child support until he graduates high school.
Oh, yeah.
And he has not graduated high school yet.
What if he keeps staying in high school till he's 21?
But there is some good news. Jaden James is graduating early this year.
All right. Also here, I saw there's this guy running for Commerce TWD supervisor in Michigan, Novi, Michigan. And his name is Ryan Hoppe, and it's elect Ryan Hoppe. And I Google myself every single day, and I was like, who is this guy? Can you imagine your name's Ryan Hoppe? Because there's a realtor in Sarasota, because I live in St. Pete, and I was working at Tampa Bay Lightning game 6 years ago, and he comes up to me and goes, are you Ryan Hoppe? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, I'm Ryan Hoppe too. And I was like, because there's a lot of things about me online, so can you imagine? There was a company in Minnesota called Ryan and Hoppe, the two last names were Ryan and Hoppe, and they changed it to something else because I run the Google scene for my name. And finally on this show, we've been talking for 2 hours and 6 minutes plus the few songs we played. Dave Grohl's ex-girlfriend says she's fighting for her main foo. Dave Grohl's cheating scandal and secret love child might rock to everyone else, but his ex-girlfriend is solidly in his corner. Jennifer Finch, Dave's ex from the 90s, is stepping up to defend the Foo Fighters from and through the drama, calling him a top-tier dad and friend. Again, you're some washed-up person that nobody heard of, and you're like, hey, please give me attention. I used to be something. You were never anything. Wow. You had sex with Dave Grohl. We've learned this week that everyone has.
Tick-tock, clock's a joker playing cruel pranks. Hoppe's hour almost done, feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom then streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mix missing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums missing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Tuned in every night like clockwork to a show, and now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine, the void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speakers, silent vibe coming to an end, like a rollercoaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe's jokes and jabs, these are daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Hoppe Hour is now over.